Monday. You know where I'm going. Man, this weekend was great. Beautiful. It was a beautiful weekend. I don't know why I sound congested, but whatever. Had Charlie, and that was fun. We took Charlie out for his stroll in the stroller. This time he didn't cry, which was great. I think he realizes what's going on. And he just sat there absorbing just everything. It was pretty great. And then we decided, well, we'd take Smokey out at the same time, and then I put him back up in the apartment, and I told Johnny, let's go get Emma, because Emma doesn't really get to come out much during the day because of the way that the schedule is. And since it was such a beautiful day, I thought, well, she could come out and get some sun. And so we took Emma out for a stroll around the complex. And yeah, it was cool. A relief, because it's been a good 6 months where he was consistently like, I need to get a new tires, but you know, it's expensive. And so we went back to U-Tire. Yay, U-Tire. And we were the first ones there, and also I think it was like again another 30 minutes and we were in and out, so that was awesome. Went to the Jam last night. Friday and Saturday we were both like blah, so we didn't go anywhere. We planned to, but once he got home, it was like, I just feel cozy at home because the weather has shifted to being pretty chilly, and so I don't know, it just felt nice to be at home getting things done. But, you know, we did have a little bit of a low crowd, and when that happens, then usually I'll order something to eat. And so last night's choice was to have nachos, which I've had there before. This morning I woke up and I was so nauseous. Like, I felt so sick to my stomach. And so I don't know if it was the nachos. I have a suspicion that it has to do with my aneurysm that I had in 2017. Although in that instance, before I had it, I actually had migraines, and I was doing ibuprofen like it was candy daily, which is terrible because ibuprofen is really terrible for your kidneys. So that didn't help at all for me to do that. But, you know, you don't know back then, you know, or, you know, like you don't know until something starts to happen that, oh, I shouldn't have been doing that. So, dang it. But, yeah. So I've been waking up the last week or so and been experiencing dizzy spells, which could be maybe a vertigo thing. as well. I just have never really gotten checked on that. So I think I'm going to need to do that because this morning I felt really awful. In fact, Donnie was like, do I need to take you to the hospital? And I was like, I don't think so. I don't think I'm having an aneurysm. I remember what having the aneurysm was like, but that's rare. That's rare for somebody to know what's going on when it happens. And basically I was working and I was standing at the counter because I processed clothing at that time. And so while I was doing that, I remember hearing a very loud pop in my head, and I felt instantly dizzy, like spin, fall down, dizzy, and nauseous. And so I immediately held on to the counter, and whether it's survival mode or my natural tenacity or being a single mom, I did not go home. I was like, I'm fine. I got to work through this. I have to end my shift. And this was a Friday, which I would work 4 days, 10-hour shifts, and then I would have 3 days off. And mostly that was awesome because I had Ben. And, then I'd be home with Ben. So that week I did not have Ben. And I drove myself home, which I don't remember. And then when I got home, apparently I put myself to bed. And then from that point, I was just like in and out of consciousness, basically, which is terrifying in itself. And I went ahead and drove myself to TMC. So I ended up calling my mom because I was like, I don't know what today is. What is today? It felt weird. And she was like, oh, it's Tuesday 11. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, all of a sudden very panicked because I'm thinking, my God, I'm late for work, and I think I should have been there at like 8:30 or 9. And so I went to work and they said that I wasn't talking coherently. Imagine. And so anyways, I ended up driving myself to TMC, which was pretty crazy, which I don't remember, but I do remember weird things like parking and thinking, I hope they don't tow my car because I might be here a while. Trying to remember where I parked at because it was under the tree, so it'd be shaded. And then just trying to tell the nurse that I just didn't feel good. So anyways, long story short, I ended up having brain surgery. They had to put a coil on an aneurysm, and I survived and came out really great. Like I recovered fully, and so I don't know. It's just a weird situation that happened, but then immediately following that I went right back to work. Well, not immediately, but after some months I went back to work. And then when COVID hit, I decided, well, I better get my kidneys checked out, because that was something that they mentioned, because my kidneys literally started failing. So I literally almost died on the hospital operation thing. I was like, man, I was like in Grey's Anatomy. So yeah. And then I basically healed up and went back to work. And then when COVID hit, I thought, well, now that I have insurance, maybe I should go get it checked out. And then here I am. So for me, COVID actually worked out pretty good, because I ended up getting on disability almost immediately, having a port put in, having dialysis start. It was very fast movement. So, I don't know. But I am, like, not wanting to go through any of that again. A friend of mine who's a nurse said that she thinks that maybe I just, like, I'm pretty much, I have a pool that's going to start forming in my brain, because where you coil the aneurysm, the blood is used to going there, and so now it'll stay there and then hopefully go back out. But I could not have that happen, or I could have another aneurysm right where the coil was. And so a friend of mine said that a lot of times what that means is that they go in and they just drain that all out. which is a 10-day hospital stay. And I'm like, I got 10 days to be lying around. Technically I do, and I actually like the hospital, so that's not really a big deal to me. I don't know. I've just always liked the hospital atmosphere. Like, you have a nice bed, you have nice people, you meet people all the time. Every day could be somebody new. They cook food for you, which I don't mind hospital food. Watch TV. It's kind of like your world in the hospital kind of comes to a standstill while you're healing up. You have visitors. Sometimes you get presents. So see. And last time it was really cool because I actually got massaging socks. Some type of thing that they would put on my legs to massage me. That's magic. Like, that was very, very cool. And a lady who'd come in and massage my back and stuff like that. And I was just like, what's wrong with being in the hospital, man? This is great. But then again, people complain about being in airports, and I'm like, you are at like the beautiful nerve of the world. That's the action. That's people coming and going, all kinds of people for very many reasons. All colors, all sizes, all adventures, all sadness, joyful, excited, dreading, like all these things, all at the airport. I don't know. I just think it's great. But I don't really, I hope that I'm not a person who complains about much. Because why, So anyways, I better head on in there. Glenda's probably waiting for me. I don't know if I'm going to eat anything because I just don't want to throw anything up. So anyways, talk to you guys later. Have a good day. Drink your water. Bye-bye.